Hollywood Fringe Festival, that first came on my radar back in, oh gosh, was it 2013, maybe 2014? A friend of a friend was mounting a production of Antigone. And my friend said, my friend is doing Antigone and she needs someone to play Creon. So being the senior actor, the old guy who has some gray in his beard, I think I was a natural for the role. But I met the woman, her, and she said, "Oh gosh, yes, come and play Creon with us." And so it was wonderful. It was really ragtag. We were rehearsing in apartments. We were rehearsing wherever we could. There was no Zoom at that time, so we couldn't avail ourselves of online. But we were just sort of putting it together, slapdash, however we could. I bought my own design and provided my own costume. And then we like show up and we have 15 minutes to prepare and the show goes on and whatever happens, happens. And there was something so bold about that. It was like guerrilla theater. And that's how it is throughout the Fringe. And I think that's what makes the Fringe Festival so exciting is that, it's just two planks and a passion. What have you got? Have you got a telephone to put on a table? Have you got something that looks like a book? Okay, let's do the play. And that's theater at its best. I've always believed in storytelling over stagecraft. And at the Fringe Festival, you have to rely on storytelling because there's no time or space or budget for stagecraft. So, that to me is what theater was always meant to be anyway. As soon as you start getting a bunch of lasers and, amazing effects and whatnot involved, then it's less of a theater piece and more of a multimedia event. And yes, we need multimedia events. Yes, we need big pieces. The Phantom of the Opera just closed on Broadway. I mean, that chandelier coming down, that's epic. But at the Fringe Festival, you're not going to get huge chandeliers, but you're going to get people telling stories with their hearts, and with sweat running down their faces. And that's my kind of theater. The Hollywood Fringe Festival is a must-see for anyone who lives here for anyone, period. Because it's this smorgasbord of theater experience. There's plays that will make you laugh. There's little performance pieces that will make you cry. There's such a depth of talent in writing, playing, directing, designing, and I mean it's an opportunity to just dive into the deep end of creative theater endeavor and swim to your heart's content. I love it because every time I've gone to the Fringe, I've seen something that I never expected to see. I was introduced to some ideas and some comic ideas that I never had encountered before, and I never have come away anything but delighted and enthused, and it always gets my theatrical juices flowing, and I start to get creative again just from the experience of witnessing and diving into all of that wonderful creativity. So go see the Fringe Festival. Just go, just show up. The importance of a thing like the Fringe Festival is beyond just art. Events like the Fringe Festival, events like the Edinburgh Festival, the Venice Biennial, all of these gatherings of artists of all media, it's not just a gathering of artists. It's a gathering of people. Because the Fringe Festival in and of itself, if nobody went to it, then it's pointless. If nobody went to see the Beverly Hills Art Fair, it would be pointless, because art is an unfinished sentence if no one is there to view it, to hear it, to take it in, to be challenged, delighted, amused by it. We have to complete that circle as human beings. It's what we must do in order for any of this to have any meaning. Conversely, if we don't have art to see, if we don't have music to hear, or stories to listen to, then we're incomplete as well. Our society is incomplete. It's part of us. Humans are narrative animals. I think, as we saw in the pandemic, when we were cut off from each other, cut off from art, cut off from social gatherings, we began to wither as a species. People were literally losing their minds because of the isolation. Now, the Fringe Festival, the Jazz Fest in New Orleans, all of these amazing gatherings are about completing the circle of humanity, and about being fully human, and not a dangling participle. I think the pandemic proves that idea. Throughout history, artists, in order to make art, they needed somebody to feed the muse. Whether it was Shakespeare and his patrons, or Picasso, Michelangelo, you name it. There's artists need someone or some group to pay the bills so that the art can get made. And it's no different. It's no different for me, or for any of the creative team that we formed. One of the first things that we did was set up a GoFundMe campaign. And basically the theme of the GoFundMe campaign is help us to tell an important story. And basically we just sent out the word to all of our colleagues, all of our friends, everyone, that we're trying to do something important, and that any amount of help is accepted with deep gratitude. The GoFundMe campaign is still up, and if anyone would like to be a theater angel, all you have to do is send $1, send $5. Anything is accepted, and anything is something that we're grateful for. Even if what some of the folks who donated to us weren't able to donate money, but what they did donate was taking some time to tell their friends about the play and to encourage them to donate. Even that time, even that desire is a donation of tremendous value to us. And as I've said to many of the folks who have underwritten our efforts, $1 donated to the arts is a vote for a better world. And we're pure in our intentions. We're trying to do something worthwhile. And I think that the folks who've donated, and that all of you, you know who you are, I'm so grateful, because they've really come through for us in a big way. And we're we're waiting for you with open arms if you would like to come and join that group of facilitators. I like that better than donors, facilitators, because there's going to be other projects down the line. This creative team is more than just lightning in a bottle. I think we have more stories to tell down the line. My name is Miguel Perez. I'm lucky enough to have a team around me that all believes that that the story of Oleanna by David Mamet is a story you need to hear. And I would encourage you to come down to the Hollywood Fringe Festival. We open June 3rd and run throughout the month of June, and sit down and listen to us tell this story for you. You will not be disappointed. You may end up feeling kind of angry, but you won't forget the evening you spent with us. I promise you that. We won't waste your time.